Well, guess what? The History Channel has a hit show, and at the star of it is Josh Bernstein. He is the host and world traveler. In fact, he has traveled to 30 countries, 250,000 miles, to tell everyone the exotic secrets of places like the Temple of Doom and the pyramids, about the vast wonders of the earth. And Josh, it's great to have you with us this morning. I love the fact that you're really teaching people that the world is still full of mysteries.
Yes, and adventures, and it's been a real pleasure and an honor to be a part of the show and to share that with people.
But you do it sort of Indiana Jones style, and I want to show everybody, for instance, the Druids, and we all know about Stonehenge, and we all know about the big stones that were there in the circle. But the kind of thing you can learn from, when you look very closely, you said they had little knives, which you know to be copper knives.
Yeah, well, Stonehenge, it comes at this transition from Stone Age to Age of Metal.
So you go down into a copper mine to see what it was like to mine copper in
Yes.
prehistoric times. We see you skinnying down there. Does your heart ever pound fast? Do you ever get really scared? That was deep.
Yes, it does pound fast, but that's part of the job. It's just to sort of to push through these adventures.
The other thing you do, which I love, wish I'd thought of this, you get together some guys to see what it would be like to pull one of those stones from Stonehenge. What, it's a ton? More than a ton?
It was a 1 or 2 tons, something around that.
Okay, here it goes. Here's how many Druids it would have taken to screw in a light bulb. No, to pull a stone there, as you show everybody what it would take to erect.
Yeah, this was fun. That's Julian Richards, the archaeologist, the expert of this segment, who's, we wanted to understand how these stones were moved.
It's hard.
Yes, for sure.
Nearly impossible, even for that number of guys. Also, you do it through the animals, and in the Amazon, the anaconda turns out to be the animal of the Amazon jungle?
Yeah, the river itself is representative of the snake.
I want to play a little sound up of you meeting your anaconda.
The anaconda is the biggest snake in the world, up to 28 feet long and 3 feet around. This one's a 15-footer and very heavy.
They bite. Heavy.
Aggressive?
They're defensive.
Defensively
Defensive, yeah. You get one in close quarters, they bite. They just strike at you.
They bite? They bite? I didn't know that. I thought they squeezed.
I thought so too. When he told me they bit, I
saw your face there.
And actually, this scene, about 2 seconds after we cut from this scene, that anaconda peed all over my left leg.
That will be for your clip
Quite
reel.
memorable, yeah.
You also had an experience with fire ants, which was no joke, because you have a kind of allergy. I'm going to show everybody here. Where were you for this?
I was right around Louisiana, Mississippi.
Louisiana. And here's what it's like when the fire ants really come at you.
There.
Yeah, you want to move quickly through that spot.
It's going to get easier, I promise.
I don't doubt it. Fire ants, poison ivy, brambles. It's fun.
Tiny fire ants typically are not one of my worries, but just 30 seconds after I'm stung, I have a severe allergic reaction. An intense rash covers my body. My face swells. I give myself a shot of adrenaline to help relieve the symptoms.
So you were in a kind of shock here from these. How many
anaphylaxis.
bites? Do you have any idea how many?
They say, the doctors told me that you can get sent to the hospital for 4 or 5 stings, and I had about 40. And so he said that if I hadn't given myself that injection, I probably wouldn't have made it at all.
Grief. Your mother must be passing out someplace every time she hears this.
I didn't tell her about that until like right before it aired on TV.
Right. Well, you got another adventure coming up soon, next week. Where is it?
No, right now I'm actually resting. I'm healing from
but the show is still
2.
airing.
The show is still, and next week's show, I believe, is Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
Yes, back to Egypt.
Okay, well, I have to tell everybody before you leave, who gets their own comic book, right? You
I know.
have your own comic book.
Yeah, it's actually, it's a little surreal.
Let's hear it for the History Channel, making history exciting again. It's really good to have you here.
It's been a pleasure.
And as I said and mangled, the History Channel's Digging for Truth will be on next week. But it's Cleopatra, and it's one of those that some of you may have seen before. Check your local listings. Coming up next, our special series, It Takes Two to Change a Life. We're going to rededicate Mike Bars to his resolution to become a marathon man.